Hi, I'm Susan from Sunrise Quilt Studio. In today's video, I'm showing how I'm adhering some hot fix crystals to my art quilt Blue Tigers 2. In this little dish, I have some 2mm Swarovski crystals that I purchased from sherryscrystals.com, and I'm applying them with these 90-degree angle tweezers that I also purchased from sherryscrystals.com, and they were made specifically for adhering these crystals. The heat tool is from Walnut Hollow, and this is a wood burning tool. It has several different tips that you can change to do different types of work, and this little blunt end tip is good for using hot fix crystals, for adhering hot fix crystals. The only thing is that this tip is a little bit rounded on the end, so I had to be extra careful and hold it really steady so that it wouldn't slip off the crystal and hit the fabric, because if it does hit that fabric, it'll burn a hole through it because it is very hot, and you'll get scorch marks on your quilt if that does hit your fabric. You only have to apply the heat for about 10 seconds on this size of a crystal. The larger the crystal, the longer you have to apply the heat, and most of these crystals will have instructions with them to tell you what the timing is for each size of crystal. And if you purchase your crystals at sherryscrystals.com, there is a page on her website that tells you how much time to apply your heat, and she has other tools. I think she has a heat tool also that she's designed to use with these crystals. Some of the crystals that I'll use later on in this video are from Hobby Lobby. They're a little bit larger, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But this is a real fun project. It's very relaxing. I'm just doing this down in my studio on my work table, and I just turned the television on and just listened to that while I was adhering these crystals, and the time went by really fast. And when you're working with something like crystals on a quilt, you just have to kind of plan ahead and decide where you want them to go, how many do you want to apply, and what distance do you want them apart. And on this butterfly, I wanted them fairly close together so it would bring some focus into the butterflies. And on some other areas of the quilt, they're spaced out farther apart. So you can see they're pretty easy to pick up, and you just hold them steady until you get your heat tool on top, and then you remove those tweezers, because if you leave those tweezers on too long, they will also heat up, because the heat from the heat tool will heat the top of that crystal, which will then melt the adhesive that is on the bottom of the crystal. So if you have something metal onto that crystal, it will also start heating up. So you don't want to hold that tweezer on there for very long. Just as soon as you've got that heating tool on that crystal securely, then you want to remove your tweezers. Now I'm starting work on the head of the coneflower applique. The crystal I'm using now is a 3mm crystal, so that needs a little bit more time with the heat tool. About 12 seconds is what it takes to adhere this size crystal to the quilt. The color of the crystal is topaz, and these are by Crystallized Swarovski Elements. I purchased these at Hobby Lobby a few years ago. And I'm just going to scatter these around on this flower head applique. It's the same procedure, just a little bit more time with the 3mm crystal. Now I'm going to work on the purple applique of the coneflower. These are the purple petals, and I'm switching to a 2mm crystal, so that means I need 10 seconds to adhere that to the fabric. The color of the crystal is Aurora Borealis, and I also purchased these from Sherry's Crystals. And I started at the top of the petal, and then one at the bottom, and then space those crystals throughout that applique as evenly as I could. Each of the purple petals will get a single line of crystals running through the center of them. So now I'm almost finished with applying crystals to this applique. I like this Aurora Borealis crystal. It has a lot of colors in it and it reflects the purple in this fabric really, really well. So all these crystals are just gorgeous. There's so many different colors and they can go with any color fabric that you have. And here's one last crystal and it'll be done. Well, that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and thanks for watching.